insane. I was not expecting this many people to be here. You know, Fabs is just an amazing leader. I would say it's crazy that this is all going on, and it's crazy that he's a chairman, but you know, there's a lot of people when they hit chairman, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. With him, it was really expected. I think a lot of people just expected him to hit that. He's just somebody that came in, was really talented. You know, he was somebody that, you know, I remember we were at, in Arizona at the chairman retreat, and, or the chairman boot camp, or we were doing something, I think we were doing the training for other people. We were at 5K, right? 5,000?
It was Matt Rosa.
Yeah, with Matt Rose and everything. And I mean, when I was just the way his body language is, the way he carries himself, like Drake said, you can tell when someone's going to smash chairman. And you know, we know he's going to smash chairman 25 too. So you guys are an amazing team, and I don't say that just to say that. And he's also somebody that's just always coachable. You know, same with C. John, Drake, myself, and that's just something I really want you guys to understand is I don't follow people unless I also see that they are coachable, if that makes sense. So when I look at you know, what Matt Rosa and Jason Brown do, and I look at the amount of work ethic that they put in, I look at the amount of money that they put into their business, I look at things like that as well, not just what someone has to say or just because someone is a rank. I really truly look at what it is that they do, and a lot of the times it'll tell us, okay, obviously that makes sense, like that person's chairman and whatnot, but sometimes it's like, you know, hey, I understand this person's chairman, but you know, not every single person making money has the right ethical morals and all this other stuff. So, you know, you got to be careful who you listen to and all the other stuff. But I can tell you right now, you know, Fads and everybody you just heard here speaking today, amazing people. So you guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Cash Cartier. I am 29 years old. I am now a chairman 50 here in I Am Master Academy. I was one of the first people ever to be even in the company. So when I joined, Alex Horton wasn't even near coming in at that time. You know, Austin Godsey, I want to say, was at that time maybe a P1000 maybe. Jason Brown and Matt Rosa, I don't believe were even ranked at the time. So it's just crazy. So there's just a couple hundred people in there. Maybe, I don't even think there's 100 people in IM when I first came in. And so my point is though, is that when I came in here, I didn't know if this was going to work. You know what I mean? It wasn't something like, we didn't have the website that we have now. We didn't have the back office that we have now. We didn't have people that we seen killing it. We didn't have slideshows to do the presentation. There was literally no slideshow. Like, imagine that. Like, just going up there and we have no idea. There was one product, which was Chris Terry doing the go live at the time. At like, I think he was doing maybe 1 hour every 3 days or something like that. Or I'm sorry, every other day or something like that. And that was the only product. We were having to send people to YouTube and baby pips to get them a foundation to build. That way they could understand what it was that Chris Terry you know, was even saying on those lives. And so the way that this company has manifested into is just crazy. I mean, there was no company conventions, there was no events. It was a meeting like this would have been insane, right? So it's just crazy where it's all came. And imagine, you know, being in a company like that, and you're one of the first people in there. You're giving it your heart, your soul, and all this other stuff. I was a busboy at the time, and long story short, thousands of people are obviously coming to the company now, and I look at that and I see everybody now hitting these top ranks, chairmans and, you know, chairman. It was different when it was like Matt Rosa, and it was different when it was like Austin Godsey, and it was different when it was like, you know, Emery, you know, Mr. Banks and all the other stuff. But when it was random people hitting chairman, when I was in the company for so long, right, I just see, like, who is that? Like, who's that person that just hit chairman? It really started to get in my head, right? Like, like, I was here first, not like no one else deserved chairman, but I just couldn't imagine, like, how is it that I've been in the company now for 4 years at that time, or, you know, I guess 4 years, it took me 4 years to hit chairman, and I see everyone passing me up, random people and all this other stuff, and it just didn't make sense to me, right? And so I literally got, I think, some of my, Nigel and Khalil, they hit chairman before me, like 2 years before me. I had people that that looked up to me when I was at P1 and P2, and they hit chairman way before me, right? Like years before me is what I'm saying. And so my point is that I ended up changing my mentality last year, right? And my mentality is that I don't know why I'm comparing myself to everyone else. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I need to stop doing that because at the end of the day, it's my race, it's not anyone else's. And that was something I really needed to stop doing. The other thing I needed to stop doing was the simple fact that, at the end of the day, I started thinking, okay, well, I mean, who's to say that I don't end up passing everyone up? Yes, it could be at Chairman 10, Chairman 25, but who's to say at one point I don't just pop off, right? And so that was at some point last year when I started going through that transition, and I was hitting it hard. And if you guys don't know my story, I mean, I'm a felon, I'm a busboy, right? I was dishwashing, all this other stuff, working 60, 70 hours a week, and when I finally had I finally had a couple of breakthroughs. I built into the thousands, and I lost it all several times, right? And I'm not going to get into that story because it doesn't matter. But last year, I started having that mentality after I went through the depression of not making it. And everyone else I see, living the life and all this other stuff, and people are on yachts, and people are in penthouses, and people have nice cars, and they're buying the Gucci and they're buying the Louis, and I'm over here wearing Vans and all this other stuff, right? And I ended up having that mindset, and I started saying, let's go ham now, right? Then, of course, January 6th of 2019, that's when I got the call saying that my grandma and my baby sister died in a car accident on the way to church. And so after they died, right, I still went home and I got on that call. I had a leadership call. I kissed my grandma on the head, kissed her goodbye, kissed my little sister on the head. Ava, love you, girl. Kissed her on the head. And she passed, I kissed her on the head. I said, I wish it was me. I went back home and I got on my leadership call, right? Literally the first thing I did, I got home and I got on my call. And it's crazy to me because I remember thinking, I can't believe that other people have excuses to not be on this call, right? I'm like, everybody has this great excuse as to why they're not showing up to something. And you would think that I had the best excuse in the world. But hey, there I was. And fast forward, right, a week later, we buried my little sister Ava and my grandma. And I literally, carried them to their, their grave and all of that. And the next day, after the funeral, right, you'd think that it can't get any worse, but at that same exact time, I get another call the day after the funeral saying that your mom's about to die too. And so my mom died as well, which was my wife. So I lost all three of them at the exact same time, and that was just a completely different situation. And then to make things worse, I'm still being naive enough at the time to be thinking, it still can't get any worse, right? How bad could that be, your mom dying? Well, she died in Minnesota, right, during winter, and, my bad. I missed the funeral because there was a blizzard, right? And she actually was making a lot of money, or she had a lot of money. By the way, my mom is my grandma that raised me, just so we're all clear. My mom is still alive. But anyways, so she had money saved up, and she said to me that she wanted to give it to me or whatever. And I didn't want any of her money at the time. I was still very broke at the time, but I didn't want it. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't want to benefit financially off of your death. I just couldn't, for whatever reason, I just couldn't do that. And she said, will you at least carry me to my grave? And I said, absolutely, that'd be an honor. And I missed the funeral, right? So I had a breakdown at that time, I think for the first time ever. I finally lost it. I didn't cry when any of them died, but I had that breakdown. I ended up watching her funeral on FaceTime, and I was just on there just screaming at the laptop for a while. Man, my bad, y'all. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's difficult. I don't know. Sometimes I just go up here and I'm good. It's weird. Yeah, so I was screaming at the laptop and just screaming why can't I be there? I kept saying I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. I get off that laptop and right after I close my laptop on that watching her funeral, I end up getting a call I ended up getting a call for somebody that wants to, talk to me about business or whatever. And of course, you'd be thinking, I don't want to get on that call. And I was thinking that. I didn't want to get on that call. But I still got on that call. And it's crazy because a lot of those calls that I was doing through all those debts, and I've never said this before, I go back and I look at it, and a lot of those people that I signed up during that time, they may not still be here, but their network is still here, meaning I hit chairman off of what I was doing when my family died, right? And if I did not take those calls, then I wouldn't be here as a chairman 50. And I want you to really learn from that, because a lot of us, sit there and say, well, what if I don't hit chairman? And I'm always scared that, hey, we ask for God to send us that person, right, to build our organization in the heavens. We just want leaders, right? And my biggest fear is me missing the day that God sends me that person, right? God's gonna be like, I sent the person, but you weren't there, right? I sent you the person, but you didn't want to take that webinar. I sent you the person, but you didn't feel like taking that call. I sent you these people, but you didn't write people like you were supposed to that day. I did show up, but you wanted to watch Netflix. I did show up, but you wanted to go party. You wanted to go drink. And a lot of us ask us why we're not at chairman, and it's because we are not chairman because we didn't show up, not God. Not that our dream was set and we didn't show up. So the problem is a lot of us don't walk it like you talk it. And I want you to understand, how sick is it to even think? This is actually crazy if you look at life. Think about this. I literally hit chairman 4 months after my family died, right? I literally was unranked at the time and went all the way to chairman 25, etc. But get this, 4 months after sitting in that company, or sitting in this company for 4 years, I don't have a breakthrough, then my family dies, and you'd be thinking that would be the time to quit. How sick is it to think that I was 4 months away from chairman? 4 months. 4 months. And the reason why I didn't quit ever was because you got to understand that at some point you've got to be thinking, I didn't come this far just to come this far, right? And that was my mentality. So I got, after my mom died, I was like, I'm going all in. And I knew, right, I was depressed, but one thing I knew after going through so much life, I finally figured one thing out. Don't stop moving once you're hurt. Because if you sit down too long, then you'll sit down all day. If you lay in bed too long, you'll never want to get out of bed. I'll answer you guys' questions later. You'll never want to get out of bed later, right? If you stay in bed, right, what happens is your mind is like water, right? If you put water in the corner right here, whatever, and it sits there, it's that still water will start to turn into mold, and it'll start to rot and infest the house, right? And so the same thing happens to your brain, and that's called depression. And I knew that. So when she died, I said, I'm gonna go make my family proud. Because I remember thinking, if I was in heaven and my family was laying there depressed, I'd say, what the fuck are you doing right now? Get your ass up and go make something with your life right now. Don't you dare lay there in bed and do nothing, right? And so my thing is that I knew to keep moving, so I went on there, I started taking calls. The second they buried my mom out there, right? I started doing my calls the second I left my baby sister and my grandma. And that's a fact, right? A lot of people were on my team. They're still on my team right now. They were there when I got on that call, right? And they said, you sure you want to be on here? Oh, I'm fucking sure. And the reason why is because I said I would do that when I signed up in this company. I said I'm going to do whatever it takes. I put it on my why. And my why died, but I said I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to chairman, right? And so what I'm explaining to you is right after that, I started bow, 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 bow. And guess what happened, right? 4 months, I think two weeks after I buried my mom, I get to, I think, P2K, right? I think around there, maybe the P2K. Then about a month after, 5K, right? Then about 3 months after that, right, Chairman 10. 2 months after that, right, Chairman 25. A couple months after that, Chairman 50, right? And I'm just telling you right now, we're about to go blast Chairman 102. And like I told you, I got a lot of people right, that passed me up. And that passed me up, or I believe that because I had that little mentality of comparing and all that other stuff, right? That fake thing going on in my head. Who am I competing with? No one, is what I really realized. And the other thing is exactly what I said in the beginning. Who's to say they might have hit chairman first, right? But who's to say I don't go past everyone else up? And I remember asking a whole bunch of chairmen for help, and I remember all that stuff. And I remember one time I hit up one of my mentors. I said, hey, I'm a couple of people away from chairman. Can you please do a call for me? And he said, why? Right? And so what I'm going to tell you right now is every single person, right, I ended up passing them up. And I'm telling you this story not because I'm in competition with them, right? It's because one thing what I really learned is I'm only in competition with myself. So I have this saying that I say is I'm the best to ever do it. And that's because I'm the best version of me. I got nothing else to compare to with everyone else. I'm the best ever. Meaning, right, a lot of people say, yo, Cash, I'm better. That person's better. I'm not comparing myself to them. I'm comparing myself to me. Are you comparing yourself to other people in the room? Are you looking at someone else that hit chairman or hit another rank and you're saying, I don't want, that person doesn't deserve this. The only reason why they hit chairman was because of that. Are you doing that? If the answer is yes, you're going to be where you're at for a very long time. Because what you're not doing is trying to beat the best version of yourself. And what I can tell you right now is even right now, this second, I'm going through pain, and I will not stop doing what I said I was going to do. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, a lot of y'all came in here and you said you said on your why, I'm not going to quit because of my why. And a lot of us, right, we may not have quit, but we dropped our commitment, we dropped the consistency. So in all reality, you still lied on your why because your why is supposed to keep you consistent. But you wanted to drink. You wanted to go party. Right? You wanted to go do all those things. My thing is if you're not chairman, you better put the weed and the liquor down. What the fuck are you celebrating? And my thing is your why is going to die at some point. Are you going to have enough money to make that shit comfortable? Are you going to have enough money? Right? I remember I told everyone, I said on a webinar, the webinar is still on my YouTube, and in fact, I think it was, I might have been with Gustavo or something like that, but I literally said, my biggest fear ever is that I'm not going to have enough money one time where if something were to ever happen to Crixus and I can't save his life. Right? And then on the way to Chairman 50 out in Arizona, Crixus all of a sudden got kidney stones, right? And they were so bad that there was actually thousands of them. And the lady came out and she told me that I have to put my dog down. And I said, why? And she said, because it's really expensive and it's not going to be worth it, or it's a waste of money, right? It's a waste of money to go through with the surgery because we don't know, right, if we can save him. And I'm like, that's a waste of a life, right? That's a waste of a life. And I was also like, baby girl, I don't think you understand. I'm a Chairman 25 right now, right? Okay? I'm like, I got the money, so let's run this shit, right? I swear to God, I bullshit you not. Drake and them were there. I literally called them and I said, I'm busy right now with business and all this other stuff, okay? I said, I want you to save my dog. I don't care how much money it costs. They sent me, I said, send me something in an email and I'll sign it. You guys can swipe my card as much as you want. Just save my fucking dog, right? And they sent me something on an email and I signed the paper and non-stop, he had to go through so much different stuff and it ended up being $20,000 to save my dog, right? And it's crazy because everyone wants to be the alpha drinking, but I was a real alpha saving my fucking family, right? Because I knew that my why had a time limit, and I at least beat that one. But are you going to beat yours, or is that liquor, or is that weed? Is it all worth it for you? Is it all worth it for you? Okay, because a lot of us, we're here and we're taking notes on the how-tos and all this other shit, but I'm going to be honest, a lot of y'all won't be here next month. That's the reality of life. We've been doing this so long, a lot of y'all won't be here next year. Even 2 years, there's going to be 1%. Look around, 1%. Promise. You know how I know that? Because I've been in this company now for 5 years, and everyone lies on their fucking why. And you want to know what's crazy is it's the people that are least likely to make it are always the ones that I see at the top, though. It's all the misfits. All of the misfits are the ones I see at the top. I still have yet to see a famous person come in here and without clout and make it to the top of this company. I've yet to see some influencer come into this company. We've had a lot. Where are they? What rank are they? What have they built? But then you look at Matt Rosa, right? Matt Rosa, who was on the streets, fighting, doing all that dumb stuff, right? Went through 50 jobs, etc. Chairman 750. Jason Brown, pizza delivery boy, right? Chairman 750. Cash Gray, right? From the hood. Chairman 100. Emery and Garwin, from the hood. What? Chairman 250. Cash Cartier, busboy, felon, family guy, right? Homeless, debt, all that stuff. Okay, where are we at? Chairman 50, right? Drake, mom's homeless, right? Didn't have a place to live, etc. Had to come live with me for a little while. Okay, Chairman 10. What's my point? It's the misfits that really make it. It's the misfits that really make it because they don't feel entitled to a lot of shit. They know that they're really not shit and they go get it. And they know that they're not shit and they gotta work a lot harder. It's usually the people, right, that feel like they're so valuable, etc. They don't put in that grind. They don't actually put in that grind. And when the going gets tough, they leave. So I'm here to tell you right now, I want to take that 1% of this room and I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong. And not just because of you, but because of your whys. Because I know what it's like to lose a lot of them. To lose a lot of them. And I'm telling you right now, some of y'all ain't even working with the bullshit you're going through in life right now. How are you not working? Because you're saying you're depressed. Good, get your ass to work. You're saying I'm tired. Good, get your ass to work. You're saying I'm broke. Good, get your ass to work. That's got to be the mentality. Because it takes a lot of raw shit to get to chairman. It takes a lot of raw shit to get to chairman. I don't know what Faz has went through, but what I will tell you is I don't believe that you can hit chairman without having some time in your life of feeling as if you were going to die inside. I don't believe you can hit chairman if at least one time you actually felt like your heart might explode at some time. Like you literally are so heartbroken and it's literally tearing apart and somehow you still picked up that call. I truly don't believe you can hit chairman until that happens. Because that is your test to see, are you going to be strong enough to do that again? Because your heart will be broken again and it will hurt again at chairman. Why would God give you a team of 5,000 people, etc., right? If you're going to go away when your heart gets broke, and right now you can't do it when your team is 12 people. You can't do it when it's 20. I always say to everyone, if I were to give my organization to you, would you be able to handle that shit? I mean, you guys got to think about it. People are arguing, they're upset because of this or upset because of that. What are you arguing about? What are you even arguing about? That's not alpha. Alpha is composed. Alpha is composure. Alpha is doing what you said you're going to do. Alpha is providing for your family. That's alpha. I got money on autopilot. Zelle sends me to my money all to all my family members. And guess what? It doesn't even dent my bank account. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because your family deserves it. And I'm so sick of people coming into this company talking about what they're about to do. Just go fucking do it and then tell us what you did afterwards. Let's do it like that, right? Because I'm sick of all of the hype. Yeah, if anyone knows me, I'm not a hype builder. It's crazy. Everyone looks at ATMs and stuff and they're like, oh, their kids are just chanting and blah, blah, blah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. ATMs are soldiers. They're soldiers. They're doing what they're asked to do when they're screaming and all that other stuff. They're screaming their pain out. They're in a culture because life sucks so bad that that's the only place that they can be happy. And so a lot of people say that they're annoying. Okay, life is annoying. But this is our happy place. So you don't plug out when times are hard, you plug in when times are hard. You plug in when times are hard. I'm going to be even more real again, right? I'm going through a lot again. I had more terrible shit just happen to me again, all right? And I'm talking about like yesterday. And my point is I'm depressed right now. But I'm not going to stop, ever. I will never stop. I will never stop, ever. Or are you going to, though? And a lot of people say, Cash, you're so strong. It's not that I'm strong, I just think correctly. Because what happens is if you think about your problems correctly, you don't stress as much. If you think everything's happening for you, it's really difficult to have anxiety or get stressed out if everything is happening for you. And anytime I go back and I look at the times in life that went bad for me, those have always been the turning points for the things that I have now. I've only hit Chairman 50 off of the bad things. It was not the good things. I did not hit Chairman 50 off of things going right. I hit Chairman 50 because things were going wrong. And God was able to say, stop going that way. I know you think that you want to go that way, but don't. And I know you think that you want it your way, but you told me to give you what you want the fastest, and this is the fastest way. And then a lot of you are like, I just want to get to chairman, right? What you don't realize is that really in all reality, you might not even realize your dream is a lot bigger than chairman. Chairman is just a milestone. God's wanting to get you to chairman 1 million as fast as possible, and you're wanting to get to chairman 10 tomorrow. God's like, I'll get you to chairman 10 tomorrow, right? But I really want you to get to chairman 1 million in a couple of years. So what would you want? And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to take the chairman 1 million every single time. I'm going to take the pain with it. And I want you to understand this as a leader as well. I want you to get my mentality right now. I'm not here because I make a lot of money. I'm not here leading people because I make a lot of money. I make sure I'm in the trenches when I'm going through pain, and I want everyone to know when I'm going through pain because I want everyone else to lead that same way. It's good that I'm going through pain so I can teach other people how to deal with it. If nothing ever happened to me, I could never tell you to keep grinding. I could never say it. So stop asking when you're going through this business why it hurts and blah, 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 why you're going through this and it's not going your way. You're saying you want to lead a team of 20,000 people, 5,000 people, 500 people. Well, if you're going to do that, how's anyone going to be able to relate with you if you haven't gone through enough? You got to go through enough things so you can be a life mentor. And the life mentorship is what people are going to learn from you, and that's what you're getting paid for, is the value that you provide to them after you went through that pain. So now when someone says, my family died, I can say, hey, this is the mentality that we can go through with this. And so my family dying, it has been a benefit to thousands of people around the world. Am I making sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to get in the building, but I just want you to have the right mindset. Because nothing else matters if you don't really get the right mindset. So what I want you guys to understand is the launch is about 90% of your is going to be about 90% of the momentum that you have inside your business at least. That's my true belief. The launch is going to be your momentum. The launch is going to be your retention. The launch is going to be your everything. And if you're not launching properly, you're not really getting a really big bang for your buck. And here's the problem, I say this all the time. The biggest problem with people is they're so excited to get someone in, but they're not excited to launch them. And that's the problem, and that's why people don't have momentum. Because when someone comes in, they do the least amount of work. They do all the work to get them in there, but they don't do all the work to taproot. They don't do all the work to get them to launch their business. They don't do all the work, right, to get them to get a big bang out of the organization. Stop half-assing it, right? Stop half-assing that launch. Don't automate your launch. I hear a lot of people like, oh yeah, group launch, automate your launch. Never group launch, never automate your launch. Here's my thing. Some people are coming in here on their last dollar, and y'all are putting them on a group launch, right? Automating the launch. You better get on there with them one-on-one and find out what their why is, and find out who they are, and find out who that person is as an individual. They're not just a sign-up. They're not just a number, right? And you also can go on there and set your expectations. You can also get on there and taproot. There's a lot of things you got to understand in the launch. The one thing I'll tell you right now is in the launch, you always set the expectations. In the launch, you always set the expectations. The next thing I'll tell you is in the launch, you always set the expectation of P150 in 7 days. And in the launch, right, this is going to cure a lot of y'all's problems. You always assume that they want to build. You never ask them. You never ask someone that's underdeveloped, right, underpersonally developed, if they want to do something. Because they're always going to pick the easy route. So think about it. If you come in here, you're asking, like, success is outside your comfort zone. We all say that, but we don't actually understand that. And so my thing is when I go to the gym, okay, which I haven't done in a long time, but when I go to the gym, I know I'm growing when I'm sore. And success, I know that I'm not growing if I'm comfortable. I'm only growing if I feel uncomfortable. Here's my point though. When people come into this company, they're not used to getting uncomfortable. We have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, but we have to understand that they're coming in with a mentality of, I don't want to do this right away. I don't want to do that. I want to be comfortable. So if you ask them if they want to trade or build, why would they ever choose to go talk to someone? They're never going to pick that. So what you say to them is, hey, okay, cool, this is a 90-day game plan for trading, blah, 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 okay? Now, here's the next thing. So what we do in our organization is we go for P150 in the first 7 days, right? And the reason why we do that is because you told me that your why was your mom's in the nursing home right now and you want to get her out, right? And so I understand that, you know, some people don't want to talk to people and all this other stuff, but it's not really about what we want to do, it's what we need to do. My job as a mentor is to help you get to P150 within the first 7 days. That way you don't have to worry about your auto ship and all this other stuff. So with that part being said, the way we do this is we actually have somebody, right? We actually have everybody within the first 7 days throw a home event. So with that part being said, when can you throw your first home event? When? Not can you, when can you? I'm assuming. I'm not asking if they're going to build, I'm telling them they're building. Right? You didn't come in my organization to tell me what you're going to do. I mean, what? I'm not, don't go hire a trainer and then tell your trainer what the workout is. That's what you hired the trainer for. You came in here because you wanted to make money. Right? So my job is to get them there. That's your job, is to get them there. Don't let people tell you what to do like that. I'm not saying be rude. I'm saying the mentality of what I'm saying. A lot of us, when somebody doesn't want to go on, it's uncomfortable for us to tell somebody else to be uncomfortable. So we both say comfortable. And that's why none of us grow, aka your organization stays the same. So if you want to become a good mentor, you have to get comfortable, right, telling other people to be uncomfortable. Okay? Telling other people to be uncomfortable. Because now what's going to happen is, think about this. If you push people outside the comfort zone, what's happening is they're growing. And if they're growing, you're building a leader. You're building an organization. Okay? And I wanted to do a whiteboard training, so right now I'm just kind of having to go off the dome. All right? But I'm telling you right now that when people come in, the best bang for your buck is assuming that they want to build. Stop asking if they want to. They will never pick both. 99% of them will not pick both. Always assume. The next thing that you do is you pick their date. You let them pick their date. You let them pick their date. So what's my point, or what's my, what do I mean by that? If we say P150 in the first 7 days, okay? That doesn't mean day 7 they have to hit it. It could be October 7th. It could be October 6th. It could be tomorrow. But if I get them to pick that date, I just got a commitment from them. Now they're committing inside their own head as well to go do that. So you get them to pick that date. All right? You get them to pick that date. So when someone is coming in now, right, the next thing that, write this down, the next thing that you always want to ask them inside the launch is, who can you put me in front of right now? That is the strongest words that I've realized for building. Who can you put me in front of right now? If you wait for tomorrow, a lot can happen by tomorrow. They might quit, they might refund, there's a lot of things, right? Like C-John was saying, my mentality is you're going to quit in the first 7 days. That's my mentality always. So I'm thinking, okay, this is business. My goal is to help them. Of course, I don't want them to quit. So it's it's a mutual benefit for me to move as quick as possible with them. And guess what? If they do what I ask them to do and they get the result, then it's a mutual benefit. So how am I the bad person for pushing them outside their comfort zone if they're going to quit anyways and now they're not going to because of my mentorship? Right? A lot of us look at people in the law, or the auto-ship turns off after 30 days, after 60 days. The auto-ship went off, you're correct, after 30 days and 60 days, but they really quit in the first 7. They already tapped out in the first 7. Right? Raise your hand if you've ever bought a book, a dope-ass book, and you never read it. Should be everyone in the room, right? Okay. What happened was is you bought the book, you had great intentions when you bought it, right? Then what happened? You were like, man, yeah, I can't get to it right now. Then the next day, I can't get to it right now. And then you're already done. You already don't care about the book anymore. It's the same thing with this. Understand that mentality. Write this down as well. The best way to build is to understand what other people are thinking. The best way to build is to understand what other people are thinking. If I can understand why someone's thinking what they're thinking, then I can change the way that they're thinking. If I can change the way they're thinking, then I can change what they do. And if I can change what they do, then I'm going to change my own results inside my success as well. And that's why I want to talk to people. I want to be on the launch. I want to understand what people are thinking, and I put myself in their position. That's the strongest way of building this business, is putting yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding why they're thinking what they're thinking, what are they thinking, how are they feeling, right? When they come in, are they nervous? I was nervous when I came in. I didn't want to talk to people when I came in. How can you, if you can put yourself in that spot, you can reverse engineer it into your own thought process, that the way that you want them to think. Does this make sense?
Yes.
I'm telling you gas right now, because what I'm telling you is I don't bring in big leaders. I've never been that person. I'm not saying don't, but I'm not saying don't. I would love to, but what I can tell you is I build leaders. I build leaders that build leaders that build leaders that build leaders. Like, we really built this shit from the ground up on that nasty trench work, and it was going one by one and understanding what people are thinking, and changing the way they're thinking and reverse engineering it and getting them to truly love what we do. I heard someone asking, how do you get people to trade? You just change the way they think about trading. You cannot make someone go trade, but you can change the way they're thinking. Building, right? You cannot make someone build, but you can change the way that they think about building. And if you change the way that they think about building, then you can change what they do about building. And then you get somebody that will build and trade. Now, the next thing is, stop calling your people in your organization, stop calling them traders. Stop calling them traders. Stop calling them that. They're not traders, they're customers. If you call them a trader, that's what you're going to get, is a trader. Stop. New trader alert. New trader alert. Why is my organization trading? You're giving them clout. You put them on a flyer and say, new trader. I would do that. I would trade too then, shit. You're going to shout me out, praise and neglect, right? Praise and neglect. I praise the things that I want and I neglect the things that I don't inside. So what am I saying? I'm saying that if I have an organization of only people, right? Oh my God, I'm giving you gas. If I have an organization of only people that are traders, what am I going to do? I'm not going to yell at them. I'm just not going to praise their trading. I'm going to praise the builders and neglect the aspect of trading. I'm not saying, don't miss what I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't want trading. I'm not saying, right, that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that you've got to be able to switch the mentality. It's called group psychology of your entire organization. And so if you keep saying, oh, new trader, oh, this person made $15,000 trading, this person did this, oh, they're so good at trading, you're making other people want to go do that too. Write this down. Your team, right, you always got to be thinking, what did I do to make my team do that? Your team is trading because you made them do that. You're like, how do I make them not trade? You're the one that made them trade. You just don't understand that, and that's the problem. You always look inside as a leader and say, what did I do to make them do that? The reason why they're trading is because you called them traders. The reason why they're trading is because you've been praising the traders. The reason why they're trading is because you're over here teaching trading. You're doing all these things. Why would they not want to trade? But you're not praising the building like that though. You're not praising the building. You're not giving people clout on building, saying, yo, great job. I understand that. You didn't make a fat trade this week, but you've been in the trenches. You're not praising that shit though. And you're wondering why you're getting traders. You're asking for traders. You're literally asking for it. Your team is giving you what you asked them to do. And once you understand that, you can start changing that thought process. What I'm doing right now is I'm changing the way you think so I can change what you do right now. Right now. Again, group psychology is how you do that. You have to understand group psychology. Praise and neglect is the strongest thing I have ever learned, and I learned it from a dog trainer, right? I learned it from training dogs. Praise and neglect, okay? When a dog comes in and they're jumping on me, I don't go, oh, hey, good job, you're jumping on me. I'm going to be like, you got to jump on me? I'm just going to, nope, act like you're not there, right? And eventually, they're going to realize they keep trying to jump on me, I'm not going to give them any attention. If you stop, right, think about what I'm saying right now, let's bring it to trading. If you stop praising the trading and you keep, right, eventually they're going to be like, I'm not getting any attention for that. Oh, building's getting me attention. Building's getting me attention. Oh, build, let's go build. That's how they're thinking. Group psychology. So here's my thing. A dog trainer, right? I remember I was watching Cesar Millan. Cesar Millan said, I don't train dogs, I train humans. Because 99% of the dog's mistakes is actually humans. That's why I say don't touch my dog. It's not his fault he's getting zapped. It's everyone else's fault that he's getting zapped. Because people will yell at the dog, get off the couch, right? But then they're like, oh, come here, it's cute. And they're confused. So you've got to understand that you're doing the same thing. I always hear people saying, why is my team doing that? Why is my team doing that? They're doing what you ask them to. Why are you doing that? You've got to understand that as a leader, or you're never going to be able to lead. Okay? That is going to be how you flip it. Now, let's go. I want to speed through all this, right? I'm almost done here. Okay? I want to talk about chat rooms, etc. Okay? In chat rooms, are you being responsive in chat rooms? I always hear from the leaders that don't have a chat room that's booming. I always hear from them that their chat room is not booming, but then they're not responding back in their own leadership chat. So your other leaders that are in that chat with them, they're seeing you do that. So why the fuck would they reply back to you? It makes no sense. What you want to do is understand how to move, right, with a small group of people. Write this down. A small group of people can do amazing things. Write that down. A small group of people can do amazing things. I don't know if it was C-John or Faz or who. Did one of y'all get put into our chat room one time?
Yeah.
You see how lit that was?
Yeah.
Our chat room's insane. It's psychotic. It's actually insane. And the thing is that chat room is culture. And this is what we did. What I ended up realizing on my come up was if I can get a small group of people to follow me, I can get them to influence someone who influences someone who influences someone. So this is my example. If I go to this corner of the room, right? And I get whoever's coachable on that side over there. And I say, let's just start jumping up and down. All right? And they're like, okay, cool. Now I say to them, go tell them to go jump up and down. Right? Whoever your best leaders are, tell them to jump up and down. They'll start doing it. Right? And now I say to them, hey, duplicate that over here. They'll start doing it. Now what's going to end up happening is people over here are going to be they're going to be like, what are they doing? Right? Some people are going to start, what are they doing? They start getting attracted to it. Because now the odd one out is starting to be over here soon. And they see they're seeing a shift in a mentality of the culture inside the room. And it all started just from the conversation over there. And then it starts to duplicate. Then what happens is if you're not jumping up and down, you're the only one sitting down, shit a little awkward if you're the only one doing it. So now you either got to leave or you got to join it. And so my point is when I understood that, I started making, I have this big ass, a really small leadership chat. And in that leadership chat, those are the people that are coachable. And what we do there is we ask those people, right, to do the things that we want to get done throughout the whole culture. So, for example, I could literally text C. John, and from over here, everyone over there, just text him, yo, start jumping up and down and get the leaders right next to you to do it, right? Find what leader is a person that doesn't want to jump up and down, and have everybody pull them up and make them jump up and down, right? Now, that is going to get that whole side going right there. Just because I have control over a small group. Now, here's my point. If you have a bigger chat room and no one's replying, I go again over to the corner. Hey, C. John, no one's replying back in the chat room. This is what we're going to do. When every single time somebody, if anybody writes in that chat room, me and you and Fads and Drake, we're gonna respond back to anything that's said inside that chat room. And we're not going to talk to the rest of the team about doing it. It's just going to be us. And the team doesn't know that we're having a conversation, right, with just a small chat room, right, on making decisions on what's going on inside the big chat room. And now what happens is when someone comes in, I say, yo, new welcome just came in. Yo, C. John, Faz, Drake, everybody welcome them right now. Right? Now, because I got my coachable people with me. Now everyone else is going to eventually start doing that. Because a small group of people can do amazing things. A small group of people can do amazing things. That's why you send the Navy SEALs when you want to get shit done. SEAL Team 6, you wipe them out with 6 of them. How is it we go to war to get Osama bin Laden? We can't get him. We send 6 people, and where's he at? A small group of people can do amazing things. And once you understand that as leader, you will have a lot of control over your organization. All right, last example of this, and then I'm wrapping it up. We were in Dallas, and we had about 400 people. Bro, what are you going to dig to China? Come on. Sit down. Sit down. Hi. So, we were in Dallas, and this was just recently. We had about 400 people that were supposed to have this mansion training at, right? Something like this, but it was just 400 people, right? And literally last second, all of a sudden, the people canceled on us for whatever reason, right? They didn't even know about the party or whatever, or not party, but the training, but they canceled on us. And so now there's 400 people, right, that could have been panicking. But what I knew was that a small group of people can do amazing things. And so what I did is I wrote in the chat room, in the small leadership chat room, hey, we're changing the location, right? Everybody just wait on me, keep everyone calm. We find a location. Now, I get the address to that location, right? Once we get the address, I send everybody to a coffee shop. I say, everyone just wait at the coffee shop. Someone says, should we drop the address inside the chat room, inside the big chat room? I say, absolutely not. Why do I not want to do that? Because I want the small group of people in that chat room to go to the new location so we can see what our environment is like, and that way we can control the environment. That way I can now say, hey, you know what? A lot of people, they might not be able to find the stairs. So you can go down here. Right? We have one person down there, making sure that they're coming in. We have another person right here, guiding them over here. So what we did it was a huge parking lot that could get lost. So I texted someone, I said, yo, I need everybody to get here. Let's put 2 people down here inside the parking lot, give them bags. We had to go upside the elevator. And the elevator, right, you had to have a key card. So we had to give someone a key card for that job. Then we went in there, and then we had, there's a locked door that you had to get through a locked glass door in order to get them into the rest of the office. So then we put someone there. And then we had someone guiding them to where they wanted, to where we needed them. So the hotel, or the office place wasn't tripping of people just wandering around. And it's crazy because it was only 10 leaders, right, dictating what 400 people did, right? And if you see it, we had a person in London, or I'm sorry, in the UK, she said, I don't know what you guys are doing right now, but I can tell you're on your shit. Because literally, it looks like everything wasn't chaotic, but it's literally like, we're like, yo, go do this, go here, go blah, 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 right? Bow, 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 bow. And you control the entire environment. So it's not what your team is doing wrong, it's what you're doing wrong. You're not controlling your environment inside your chat rooms. You're not controlling your environment inside the building. You're not controlling the environment inside the home event. You're not controlling your environment at all. You're not moving through your leaders like you're supposed to. You call people leaders, but you don't ask your leaders to help you do things, right? You just want everyone to do what you want. But in all reality, it's your fault for why they're doing that. Right? I seen Faz come up here and say, everybody stop talking when we have leaders coming up here, etc. Right? Controlling the environment. Chairmen control the environment. Always. It has nothing to do with the rank. We were controlling the environment. That's why we are chairmen. Okay? So wrapping it up, you guys, that's gonna be how you build with psychology, praise and neglect, right? The launch process. Okay, you always assume that they want to build. You never call them traders. They're either customers or they're builders. And you never give them an option to do one or the other. You assume it. Okay? And when it comes to what your team is doing, you always ask yourself, what did I do to make my team do that? And then the last thing and the most important thing is your why. I don't ever take anyone serious in this company until life happens to them and I can see how they react. Everybody wants to tell us, oh, I'm going to outbuild you. I'm going to outbuild you, Cash, right? I'm going to show you, I'm going to outwork you. Oh, yeah, that's because you're feeling good right now. But outwork me once you don't feel like working. Because I'm going to outwork you when I don't feel like working. Are you motivated or are you dedicated? Dedication is what's left when motivation is gone. Dedication is what's left when you literally are dying inside, but you made a commitment to this. Are you motivated or are you dedicated? This company will change your life if you allow it to change your life. If you work this company and truly do what you need to do in this company, I can tell you right now, right, the odds are greatly in your favor because we all know that we're able to manifest things inside our head and we're able to call forth things that are unseen as though they were. So if you really want to, right, build this shit to the heavens, then stop talking about it. Go take massive action. Don't just be one of those people that sit here and take notes. Go home, take more notes and all the other stuff, and you become this person that's a professional note taker. Go be someone that goes on the field and messes it up. An hour in the field is worth 20 in the classroom. Go out there and fail. That's the best way for you to learn anything. Go out there and fail. I'm where I'm at, Faz is where he's at, and C-Dog's where he's at, Drake's where he's at, because we failed the most out of everyone in here. That's the reality of it. So what I'm asking you to do is not to go out there and be perfect, not to go out there and understand everything 100%. I'm asking you to go out there and fail your ass off. The faster you fail, the faster you'll get to success, as long as you don't quit. All right? So I'm going to answer questions, but I love you guys. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too